Oh, sorry.
YouTube Zodiac Gang, what's good? It's your boy KashDaGemini. I am back with another video. This is back with episode 5 of the Cashing Out Show. I have a special guest here with me today, and in order to go along with this show here, we do have Astro as well as Steve from Casual Nerd Problems to help me along. So I appreciate you guys both being here with me. And
Absolutely.
yeah, you guys have been waiting. I know a lot of people were surprised and happy to see the guest for tonight. We have Todd from Spec Fiction. How you doing tonight, Todd?
Hey man, I'm very good. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the chat.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Like I said, I was kind of surprised. I'm like, hey, Todd, cool, man. Like, hey, I'm honored.
Really, really.
Yeah,
of
honestly,
course.
man.
This is what I love. I love just chatting with the community. So, seemed
Cool.
fun. Why not?
So, one of my first questions for you that I do have is, are you familiar with Toys R Us?
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
So, so
Yeah,
it's safe to
yeah.
say you were a Toys R Us kid.
100%. Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
I remember like searching for a specific Deadpool figure in like the mid 90s that I could never find, and I never found it. It was the second Deadpool that I think it was Hasbro or Toy Biz made, and it was like the buff one, and it was impossible to find, and it was the worst thing. And I would go to Toys R Us like at least like 3 times a week with my mom, and I never found it till this day. So I gave up. It's just like the lost one I'll never get. So yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
The reason why I was asking is because with you having Spec Fiction, I'm like, dude, like we don't have any toy stores left, and just how does that make you feel as an owner? Like Toys R Us is gone, it's gone.
Yeah, I mean it's super sad. It's super sad. I guess everything kind of went online.
Yeah.
Which is interesting though, because especially for action figure collectors, statue collectors specifically, it is a very visual, art form that, all of you I'm sure have looked at a statue online, and you're like, that looks badass.
Yep.
You order it, you get it, and when you see it in real life, you're like, wow, that's exceeded my expectations, like by a million. And so it's weird that there's not a lot of toy stores anymore, or statue. I mean, it's weird to me there's no like statue stores. But yeah,
there isn't.
Yeah, I think it is sad that that went away, and hopefully I can have a statue store someday.
Whoa, you heard it here first.
Hey, that will be cool, man. Let's go ahead and say what's up to the chat. We got Rome Ross in the house. What's good, Rome? Dennis Perez from episode 2 of Cashing Out is in the house.
Dennis.
Got Vane 21.
Joe.
John, the Everyday Collector, saying what's up going on, gents, from Canada.
Nice.
All right. And let's see here. Oh, shout out Luke, man. I appreciate you being here, Luke. Got Archangel in the house. Jeremy James, I appreciate you being here.
Jeremy James.
Sexy Lamb, what's good, man? There you go, Casual. That's for you right there. Mr. X in the house.
Dude,
oh,
Mr.
man.
X. Mr. X making an appearance.
Yep. Statue Habit 71, I appreciate you being here. So yeah, and Edwin Diaz, what's good, man? I appreciate you also being here. Saba's in the house. So, Ty, let me go ahead and ask you this question too. With new movies coming out, right? There's always new movies coming out. We got it in the Eternals. Obviously, Black Widow was earlier in the summer. When it comes to statues yourself, are you more of a comic collector or do you prefer movies?
Comic, for sure. Comic.
Comic.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of, especially nowadays, there's a lot of good companies coming out with movie stuff, but like I would prefer, personally, I prefer comic based statues. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Is that just from the nostalgia of it, or?
Yeah. And I mean, it lends itself better, I think, to the medium to a certain extent, because when it's like Hot Toys or most recently like Queen Studios, like getting the likeness right for a real life human being, they have to copy their likeness. It's harder to kind of like, I guess it's harder to like get it perfect. Whereas with a comic based statue, there's room for interpretation, right? There's more room for interpretation. So you can kind of have a portrait be kind of whatever you want. So I think it makes it easier, I'd say, for sure, for at least for comic based statues.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I know myself, I'm more of a comic collector. If I'm not mistaken, Astro and Casual, you guys are too, right? Or it kind of depends on the statue.
For me, it just really depends. Ironically enough, I think most of my statues are more comic book based. But I do have like a few movie pieces coming. Like I have the Wonder Woman 84 that I actually got from Todd.
Thank you.
Also have what else do I have from movie? Oh, my Dark Side from Snyder Cut that I also got from Todd. So
oh, thank you.
both Queen Studios pieces. So yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, sorry, go on. I mean, I think like the industry itself is going more towards movie based statues.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, a lot of people love the movies, especially Gal Gadot, Scarlett Johansson. It's kind of crazy today we get those, and it's almost like what if this was going on back then when you had like Halle Berry, for example, as Storm. I mean, even though they could always go back and do that, because I know people really want a like Keaton or Jack as a not Batman, but as Joker, you know what I mean? So I think those pieces will eventually come. Who knows though, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder if they will make a Halle Berry Catwoman. I mean, I don't know. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, it would.
I don't know. That'd be crazy.
I think Michelle Pfeiffer might have that on lockdown.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
like the Tweeterhead Catwoman.
Yeah,
I mean, both of them actually. Both of the Catwoman they did are amazing. And
yeah,
definitely. I guess that's like my Catwoman, I'd say, Michelle Pfeiffer.
I feel like I'm more comic based for statues, but like the one that changed my mind was the Aquaman with what's his name?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. Jason Momoa,
yeah. That statue for Aquaman for me.
Oh yeah.
That's changed my mind. Well, not changed my mind, but I had to get it because the statue overall beat the comic based one for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, like, I guess statues for everyone is different. It's different for everyone, but like, it's all about the art for me. Like, if it stands out, like for me, I'll tend to lean more for the sideshow one or whatever's available.
Speaking of Aquaman, I feel like we don't get enough Aquaman statues, man. Like I just
they don't in general.
They don't come. Yeah, just in general, they don't come often. Does he not sell
I guess
well?
That's true. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess Sideshow did like a comic base. Is the one you have Casual? Is that a comic based or is that movie based?
It's movie based. It's Jason Momoa's rendition.
It is. Okay, it's Jason Momoa. Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know. I mean, like, obviously now there's probably more Aquaman statues because of the success of the movies. I think it's like once the movies are successful, they're gonna do those characters for sure because it's more. The audience now is vast, whereas a comic book, just people who read the comic books might not want a statue. They might not be statue people, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So right.
That could be it. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, there's not. I'd say Aquaman's like a in the B category of like how many like there's not like no Aquaman statues, but there's not a ton like a Iron Man or Wolverine or something. But there's a good amount. Like the half scale Queen Studios one is one of the craziest statues.
That was I've seen that in person. That's crazy.
Me too. Yeah, it's insane. It's seriously nuts. Yeah, it's just, and that's another thing too. I think to take into consideration in regards to like getting likeness right. Like 10 years ago, without, you know, or 10, 15 years ago, before digital sculpting, I mean, people could do it. People could probably sculpt, you know, a Gal Gadot or a Jason Momoa pretty well done, pretty good, and get the likeness down. But with digital sculpting, I think it makes it easier. And maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a sculptor, obviously. I'm sure a sculptor could tell you. But it seems like in the past, like 5 years, maybe like 8 years with Hot Toys and everything, getting the likeness down almost perfect is becoming more common. So that's great. That's obviously great for the industry, I would say, for sure. So
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And getting a little bit about your background, what led you from, you know, this to this point right now of Spec Fiction Collectibles? Did you ever, in your like maybe wildest imagination, ever think, like, you know, looking back as you as a young lad, you know, pretty sure obviously you knew about the you know, the villains, the heroes, but did you ever think, you know what, one day I'm actually gonna have a shop of my own? You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I mean, never. I never thought I would be doing this at all. It was like a happy accident for sure. It's just something, you know, I was always passionate about collecting, you know, ever since I was a kid. It wasn't always like action figures. It was just a bunch of stuff, but I just loved collecting, and that followed me throughout my entire life. And I kind of never stopped collecting. And then when I started a business, like as like a side thing, like when I was going to school and stuff, I just kept doing the business because I was so, you know, I was so involved in the community, and I was so like in love with the community. So I couldn't kind of escape it. Even if I was like, I don't know, I don't want to sell statues anymore, I would still collect statues, you know? So yeah. And so it just, I think it was just literally, I mean, because it took it's taken like about 10 years basically to get where I am, right? So,
Ooh.
and I started, I started the company, or I started selling, I didn't start this company, but I started selling statues on eBay maybe in like 2008 or something like that. So I mean, it's been a long time, you know, but it's just, I basically couldn't quit because I love doing it so much. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So Todd, let me ask you this. So how was that transition from you just selling statues on eBay to Spec Fiction? Like, what was that transition? Like, at what point did you pivot and say, okay, I need to really do this?
I guess it was probably, I think it was around like 2013 or 2014 where I was just like, you know, I had gone to a point where I had a lot more connections, and the business is obviously, as you know, it's pre-order based. You can't really sell pre-orders on eBay. I mean, you can, but it's kind of like sketchy, right? Like people are like, I don't want to do an eBay pre-order, right?
Right.
So I was like, you know, I still want to do this. You know, I still enjoy this hobby. I still want to like try and do something. So I think it was like, you know, it's like, I'll just make a website and then put up some stuff, you know, and just kind of see what happens. Right. And then I was big on Statue Forum back then. So I was, I would, you know, I mean, shamelessly, like I would go and like, you know, post like, hey, this site has this statue, blah, 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 you know, like back then. And to try to get people to buy from me, because that's kind of what you have to do, I guess. But then as things progressed, I became friends with a lot of people on the forum, and then Facebook forums and Facebook groups popped up. And that really, I think Facebook groups really catapulted this industry. Like I really
agree.
Because
I agree.
It was like from Statue Forum to like a Facebook group, it was night and day. Like it was crazy. Like how, because like, I don't know, you just feel more, I guess, involved. And I don't know, you feel like your voice is more heard because Facebook is just like a different setting than a forum, right? Like you're seeing people's little avatars and like their faces, perhaps, you know?
Right.
So you it is a little more personal. It's a little more personal is what I'll say. So I really think that is kind of, once I started interacting with people on Facebook, then there was the networking on Facebook was like crazy. It was like night and day again from Statue Forum. It was crazy. So, and then you have people, you know, giving shout outs and blah, 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 and that kind of stuff. Right. So, that's where I think developed a good following, at least like a small following, and then it kind of just just basically snowballed from there. And yeah, I forgot the initial question, but hopefully that was the answer.
So I have one follow-up question to that, because I think me and you share something, and I think what we share is a small obsession with astronauts in space.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you like come to the astronaut and the theme of the shop?
So 2001, A Space Odyssey is I guess it's probably my favorite movie, or one of my favorite movies, top 3 movies of all time. I'm obsessed with it. So, I mean, that's like the theme of the website, basically. That's the inspiration for like the whole theme, the whole space theme. I mean, I don't know. I felt like I'm big into aesthetics, and I do feel like creating a brand, you should have some sort of aesthetic where people like know that's right. You, like that says that's spec fiction, right? So, and I think I just always loved space, and I loved like just the feeling of that movie, I guess, and I wanted to kind of incorporate that into like a website or my website, so when people come, they have like a sort of like experience, I guess. Or I mean, it's it's a website still, obviously it's not crazy, but just more of it's when they leave, they're like, what was that website? And it's not just some like random, like every other website. It has there's like like the space, like the astronaut is like the mascot or whatever, people think of that or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. 2001.
I just realized that I have an alien on my shirt right now. Like, that's how.
And I mean, your shirt is space, dude.
Damn,
that's funny.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. And speaking of that, that's why I was really surprised, when how we had met and everything like that. And I was just like, when I was getting that Iron Fist and Kingpin from you with XM, I was really surprised. Yeah. And then when you're like, hey man, I got a store, I'm like, you got a store? Yeah. And then you're like, you send me the invoice. I'm like, wait, you're Todd? Like, Spec Fiction?
Oh wow.
And so it was cool, man. Then I was like, okay, like you trusted seller and stuff like that. And it was very cool getting to meet you that way, in like a organic way, you know what I mean? Opposed to just like, hey, this some stranger owns a store, and he doesn't talk to people, connect with the buyers and stuff like that. I'm actually gonna bring this up real quick here, just to show you guys. One of the things that I like most about the website is, when I go to a website, different ones, whether it's Target, Walmart, whatever, I like being able to go and it's well laid out. I know, hey, this is the feature pre-orders, this is Cyclops right here, and even when you click on it, it takes you right there, it gives you the price, your options, other pictures. And something else that I really like as a person who's buying more than one statue is this right here, the Spec rewards. So I think that's cool, having a rewarding system for those people who are buying with you, and coming back for future purchases as well.
For sure. Yeah,
it's definitely a nice layout. Like, it definitely stands out, like you were saying in the beginning. And like, I had a really quick question though. Like, I guess it's when I was like reading through your website, it's not, I always thought it was just spec fiction, but it's speculative fiction.
Yeah.
Are you upset that is gone now? Now everyone just goes spec fiction?
No.
Or is that
No, I mean, the official name is Speculative Fiction Collectibles. I mean, it's not the best name for a company. It's a long, hard to say word, speculative. Like, there's like, it doesn't roll off the tongue. So I think naturally just people started saying spec, spec fiction. So no, I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all. Because it still is, speculative fiction, but again, it's it's kind of a it's not dumb, but it's just kind of a ridiculous name, you know, that I just wanted it to be that when I was making the company. So yeah.
Gotcha. And when you do get a big pre-order or a big statue announcement, how is that with the pre-orders or with the messages or the requests? Because this Venom was something that I felt was pretty well received. Do you kind of get that interaction from the community, far as like maybe different numbers or analytics or such?
You mean in terms of what do you mean in terms of like how many?
Not necessarily like how many cells, but in terms of like
the response from the community,
right?
If it's going to be like
if
it's going to be a good seller, you mean like before it comes out? Yeah.
Right.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think I have a very good sense at this point in time of like my collecting career and my spec fiction career that I know what's going to sell well. Yeah, for sure, 100%.
I'm sure you get like 100 emails going like, "Hey Todd, are you going to carry this? Hey Todd, are you going to get this? Hey Todd."
Yeah. Well, that's one way to know. That's one way to know.
Right. Right.
So one way to know is how many PMs am I getting? How many emails am I getting asking if I'm going to sell this product? And
that's actually a perfect segue. And maybe you have one, maybe you don't. But I always do this segment called Now You Know. It's based off of Family Guy with Peter Griffin. You know what really grinds my gears. Is there anything that kind of grinds your gears when it comes to the community, the groups, the selling side, just anything that you feel like you wish was a little bit smoother?
I mean, I think one thing is that no matter what how specific the website is in regards to which option it is, like for example, like the Cyclops, the latest Cyclops, right? That came out. There's a bonus version, right? And it didn't say in the title bonus version, but like it says in the body of the product page, bonus version. All the pictures, there's a bonus version. And there's only one version actually that's on the website, but I still got like a million PMs and emails like, is this the bonus version? Is this the bonus version? But I get it. You want to be sure.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really grab it. It's more funny. It's more just like, oh geez, like what can I do? But there's literally nothing, because if you as plain as day, put what this item is with all the options and stuff, there's probably still going to be like, hey, I just want to be sure, because again, you're spending a lot of money, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So you're going to get questions like that. And I get it. I think it's just more funny than anything, but it's just sometimes you're just like, dang,
Yeah, definitely, man.
just read it. Just read it. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Honestly,
I say that's
like,
about it.
Yeah, I saw a couple of statues on Facebook and everything, and I think it's like a whole community thing. It's like, does the brown shipper come with it? Does the art box, even though you're listing everything on it, does that include sale, like shipping? And you're like, everything, everything you're asking,
right. Just read the body. It says shipped. Yeah, well, yeah, I get it.
It's just like you said, though. It's just like people are just being like, they're being careful. Sometimes,
like, at the end of the day, it can be frustrating when you're like busy and then someone's taking your time and you're like, God, I like, please, but I also get it. And at the end of the day, it's just funny to me. And like, I just laugh, because I don't know. It's just funny. And like, okay, for example, so we are now the exclusive distributor for Figurama in North America, right? Thank you. Yeah, shameless plug. And so we posted that on our Facebook, and the first comment was like, so we have to buy statues from you? Like,
I saw that comment. I saw that.
I'm like, no, like what? Like, no, you don't have to. Man. Yeah, it's just like, so like those things are just more funny, I think. Again, they're funny. But yeah, those questions will always exist.
I literally laughed when I saw that, because I know exactly what you're talking about. I literally laughed, like, why would they ask that?
Yeah. So it's just funny. It's just really, really funny. So yeah.
Yes, That's pretty crazy. I mean, sometimes when you are selling stuff or when people are asking questions, they definitely just want to be like thorough. So it's like, you certainly do get it, but I don't know. Yeah. That I could see how that could be a little, here and there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do actually have a question for you from Luke. Luke says, "Has anyone actually pre-ordered that $2,000 1/10 DeLorean?"
That's a
Good question.
I think so. I think at least one person ordered it. Yeah. So
Dude, let me say this: it doesn't matter the price.
expensive.
Somebody will buy it. There's somebody out there.
Yeah, like somebody will, honestly. Unless it's just horrendous, right? Unless it's just a huge, piece of shit. But I think someone's gonna buy it. I mean, okay, for example, like if you are like the biggest Back to the Future fan, right?
Yep.
And you have all the other collectibles, more than likely you're probably gonna buy that DeLorean. You probably will, right? Even though it is expensive. And I mean, everything is just getting more and more expensive. And you also, like, as a collector, I'm sure all of you have been through it. When I first started collecting, did I ever think I'd spend $1,000 on a statue? No way. That's crazy to think about. It's insane. Okay, that's crazy. But we all do it, and now it's just like, oh, 1,000. Okay, that's pretty cheap. Like now,
right?
1,000 is cheap. Like that's so. It's all kind of relative, and it just depends on like who you are as a collector and what you collect. But I mean, there's definitely a progression, and I think if you stick with the hobby long enough, you're going to end up in the higher bracket where you want the higher end, most exclusive, limited edition size collectible that you can get, right? So yeah, because I mean, if you think about it too, this DeLorean, I bet they're not going to sell that many, and they're probably not going to make that many. The edition size is going to be super small. So, and maybe someday it's going to be worth a lot of money, even more money than that. So I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like we have another question from Joseph R. Is there a statue Todd has on his site that he thinks is underrated or doesn't get enough love?
Underrated or doesn't get enough love. Wow. I mean, sure. Hold on. Let me just look. I'm sure there's a million. I'm sure there's like a lot of stuff. It's like something that's I can't like think of like off the top of my head, right?
But something really quick, that Iron Man from Queen Studios, the 1-to-1 scale, that was worth like $10,000. That sold out. So that kind of tells you something about, collectors.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Iron Man collectors are also there's like because you have like an Iron Man collector, people that literally just collect Iron Man, and there's a million Iron Man things, right? You have like Wonder Woman collectors. So an Iron Man collector, a huge Iron Man collector, yeah, like you see a $10,000 life-size statue, you're like, oh my god. But like the biggest Iron Man collector, they're gonna get that. They're gonna get that, because like that's what they do. They collect Iron Man straight up.
And I was saying, whenever it first came out, if I was a business owner and I had like a brick and mortar store, like a comic book shop or something, I would 1,000% get that and just put it in my shop, because it can be like a centerpiece for like for people to come look at it and take pictures and etc.
Yes, and that's like marketing, like you can be like, this is marketing, and just write it off, get some money.
Right.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I mean, it's all relative. Someone's gonna say that's stupid, another person's gonna say it's amazing. That's just how it is. So
it's just like how Costco does it with the rotisserie chicken. They put it to the back. It's $5, but everyone has to walk through the whole Costco to get the rotisserie chicken. It's marketing.
Smart. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I love that analogy. That's great. That's exactly right. Yes. Yeah. To see the Iron Man statue in the very back, you got to walk through all these other statues, and you got to buy one too.
The cheaper ones, right?
Cheaper ones.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. No, that's true. Very, very true.
So it looks like
I can't really think of an underrated statue, honestly. I'll think of one later, maybe, and I'll let you know. I can't think of one.
I don't really think there are too many underrated statues. I mean, You think?
I mean, there are.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think the anime ones are underrated? Like a lot of people, like I don't see them going for the anime ones
Ooh,
more
It's kind of
than like
niche.
So no, that's the anime statue market is blowing up. It's the thing about it. I think that in the United States, we're a little bit behind on the anime statues, right?
For sure.
But
1000%.
but we're starting to kind of get in. I mean, some of these anime statues are some of the best statues ever made. Like the translucent resin is just insane, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, the people that you surround yourself with that collect, they might not be anime collectors. So so all of you aren't talking about anime statues. However, if you just are in that community, that's, you know, it's and there's someone in another community that's just talking about anime statues and not talking about Marvel statues or whatever, right? So again, it's all relative. It's relative to like what you collect and who you talk to in regards to collecting as well. So yeah, but I mean, most of the anime statues, they sell it in 2 seconds, like a lot of them. It's crazy. Like, anime collectors are pretty crazy. So
Todd, so I got a question for you.
Sure.
Is Dragon Ball Z anime?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not the right person to ask this because I've never watched it. Don't be mad at me. I'm sorry.
Canceled.
We're gonna edit that out, Todd.
I've been explained. I've been. People have explained each one to me. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. You know, they've explained them all to me. They're like, "Oh, watch this one. Don't watch this one. This one has 100 episodes." Blah blah. So, but I don't know. I would say no. No, just kidding. I don't know. I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified to answer that question. You can ask me about other animes, but not that one.
Next question.
So you think it's an anime? You think it's an anime, right?
It's always a
for
discussion
sure.
for like the younger audience. They're like, "Oh, you guys are Dragon Ball Z," and it's like, what?
It's an anime.
Okay, here's something else. They aired that, I think, didn't they air that on like Cartoon Network?
They
In
did.
the 90s,
Yeah.
late
Yep.
90s. Right. So like, they didn't call it anime though, right?
Nope.
Or did they?
No,
Exactly. They didn't. So that's probably why a lot of people that, you know, living here probably didn't think of it as anime. Don't consider it anime, even though, I mean, it's Japanese animation, right?
Literally.
That's anime. So like, I think that's what it is. I think it's the way they marketed it, like in the late 90s or whenever it was on Cartoon Network, like that. People don't call it anime because of that, and I myself kind of think that, you know, I myself kind of like, I'm like, yeah, I guess that's not anime, but it is. After talking about this, it is anime for sure.
All right, Todd. Well, you redeemed yourself. It's all good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know. You probably hate me now.
No, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
We have a question from Jeremy. What is the one statue you own that you will never get rid of?
Oh, the one statue that I own that I will probably never get rid of is. That's a hard question. Probably, it's sitting right next to me. It's a Silver Surfer. It's a custom last level Silver Surfer. It's like the one where he's like coming through the black hole.
Yeah.
He's like, it's gigantic. It's gigantic. I
know exactly what you're talking about, and I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I never cared about Silver Surfer at all. And then I went over to a buddy's house, like, this is probably like 3 or 4 years ago, when the statue came out, and he had it there, and I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "Yeah, you know, this is the last level Silver Surfer, blah blah blah." And I was like, "I have to get it." And so I searched for it, I got it, and now I have like 1 million Silver Surfer statues all around me right now. Well, I have 3 in here. I have 4.
3.
I have 4 in here. Here's one I can show you. This one I got. This is Bowen, classic
nice.
Bowen, chromed though.
You
I
see
got
how you
this
picked it up
from,
with one hand? That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I can hold it with one hand.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got this from a Tim. I don't know if you know him. He's in here right now. Child of the Atom.
Yep.
He's
that's
a
him.
good friend, and he sold me that. Thank you, Tim. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm a huge like Silver Surfer like freak now. I love Silver Surfer. So
what's your favorite statue right now? I mean, what's your favorite statue that you own?
Favorite statue that I own?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean that's probably my favorite like comic based statue, the Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite like sculpture that I own is this custom. I can get it. Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
It's kind of big though, but we'll see. We'll see. I hope I don't break it.
Mark's just gonna say a ton of things right now after him
Oh
saying
yeah,
that.
definitely. Child of Adam, man. What's good, Tim? I'll be seeing you in on the Statue Mania, I believe.
He's on DC.
Okay, this is it. Check it out.
Oh wow!
Let's get you.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Dude. Wow.
What is this?
Yeah.
Like what characters?
So this
like,
is this is just a sculpture by hold on one second. I gotta put it back down.
No worries. Yeah, no worries.
It's not a Bowen.
Okay, this is by Yuki Morita, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's Yuki Morita. He's a Japanese sculptor. And so he just does hand sculpted like, I don't think this is number. I think there's only 2 of those ever. So he made 2.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and it's hand sculpted.
So he made one. Yes, that's hand sculpted. So that's all just like hand sculpted. He's crazy. Well, actually, okay. I don't know for sure if that's hand sculpted. I'm not 100% for sure. But yeah, so I got that, and it's just it's really crazy. And that's also one, if you see it in person, you're like, damn, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I also like these these little busts. Hold on. These guys, you seen these?
Oh yeah. They're on your
website.
website as well. Yeah.
Yeah, this one was. I mean, these are super cool. So like, I like a lot of this kind of stuff now.
That's really cool.
It's just they're just crazy. I don't know. But yeah, I like that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's probably my favorite like sculpture that I own. That's like non-comic related. The one I just showed, that crazy one. So yeah.
What's one last question, or not last question?
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Last question, please.
Ask as many questions.
Who's your favorite character? Like, is it like Thor? Or, you know,
Cosmic, probably, right?
Probably. Huh? What'd you say?
I was gonna say it's probably definitely one of these cosmic characters, like Gladiator or something, right?
No, it's actually not.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's actually, so I'd say it's probably like Gambit or Nightcrawler. Yeah.
Gambit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
X-Men. All right.
Right.
Yeah, X-Men. X-Men's probably my favorite, property, I'd say.
Do you think that's
Really?
because like we grew up with it when we were kids?
Yeah.
Like every Saturday? Yeah.
Cartoon, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
That song always comes up in my head every time someone mentions X-Men.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Great song. Classic song. What about you guys? Like, what's your guys' favorite character?
For me, probably Thor. It's probably my favorite superhero. Favorite villain is Doctor Doom.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Speaking of Doom,
good stuff.
I think there's a Doom you might like, Cash, that I'll talk to you later about it. For me, I'll say my 2 favorite characters is Darkseid and Thanos. I've always been a huge Darkseid guy. I don't know why I like Darkseid so much, but I've always liked Darkseid, and Thanos. I think I became a Thanos guy because of the MCU. I just really like how they handled Thanos in the MCU. So, like ever since then, I've just been a huge Thanos guy. So,
Cool. Very
Not
cool.
bad. Not bad.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've always liked the DC characters, but the one that's like everyone else probably is Batman. I just love his whole gallery, his rucksack gallery, and
Mhm.
a lot of people don't consider him a superhero because he doesn't have any superpowers. But
Mhm.
it's one of those brains over everything. So
He is a superhero. He has a lot of money.
I mean, yeah, I think it's to the point where we can consider Batman a superhero. Like, I mean, come on, you got the top rogues like of all time.
Yeah.
There's
Come
like a
on.
whole shop I have just for his rogues. So it's
Right.
it's interesting because like the Justice League's up top, and so it's just I love Batman.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool, man.
Right.
So what's your so if you could only be one, would it be a villain or a superhero if you had the option?
Of being a superhero?
Or a villain?
No, I'd probably be a hero. Yeah. I don't think I could like be a villain. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't know until maybe if I was corrupted by the power, maybe I would be.
I feel like Todd's answers keeps changing. Nope, I'll be a villain.
Like the more he's
no, I don't.
It's going to
know.
change.
I would want to do good stuff. You know what I mean? So
okay. So a step further.
Yeah.
Which one superhero would you be, and what one power of that superhero would you have? But you can only have one of their powers.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tough question. Tough question.
I mean, Gambit has cards, man. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I mean, that's cool, but it's cool. But I mean, I don't know. Like, would I want that to be my one power? I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean,
I'd probably rather have I'd probably want to have like a healing factor, probably.
Like
Wolverine, you say?
Yeah, like a Wolverine type healing factor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Hey, Magneto for me. All I need is a pocket of quarters from the bank. I'm good to go.
Wow. Okay. All right.
That's pretty dark.
Right.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's pretty dark.
Oh no.
I know you guys were talking about Batman being a superhero, so being rich would be pretty cool,
Yeah, but I mean, you can do that. You can do that.
Yeah.
You can realistically do that.
I'm just kidding. I think I would take the power of Superman, flight. I would love to fly. Yeah.
Not super strength.
If we could get two, that'd be cool too.
Ever since Casual got this Hawk girl right behind him, he's been pretty obsessed with wings and flying. So
yeah.
I mean, flying would be pretty cool. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. But if you fell and died and you didn't have a healing factor, then you would just die. So having a healing factor, I think,
got dark there for a second. Thanks for shooting my dream down, Todd.
I'm sorry. I'm analyzing all of this right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You gotta think about that, Casual. See, with Magneto, even in the films, he took the metal or whatever, and he made like a board so he could fly on. You gotta think about these things, man. He's not just for doing bad things.
He sucked the iron out of someone's blood.
Oh yeah, iron. Yeah.
That was the most absurd thing, but it was awesome. So cool. I love that scene.
So speaking of customs, looks like we have a comment back here from Warren Dante. Todd, are you working on that 1-of-1 Todd bust?
Yeah, if you buy it, sure, man. Do it.
Is there a Spec Fiction variant?
What does that entail? What is the Spec Fiction variant?
I mean, I don't know. You'll have a Spec Fiction shirt.
Oh, okay, yeah, just the Spec. Yeah, that's fine. I sort of like sometimes I'm like I should make like a statue of the spaceman.
That'd be cool.
I might do that. Yeah, and just
scale
it would
something.
Yeah, just small, like a little, like how Sideshow has like the little plaque or whatever.
Plaque, yep.
That would be awesome,
do. Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I think I might do that. We'll see how much it
10%
costs.
cash.
Probably a lot.
Yeah, hey, I'd be first in line for that, just to have it, man. Hey, I got
would,
the
'cause
#1 plaque.
it
Okay.
fits
You get number 1.
me and my brand, so I would do
Right.
it. Yeah.
Right. Space. I mean, who doesn't like it? You know, who doesn't
Yeah.
like space?
Hey,
Who doesn't like an astronaut?
I'm gonna clip
Right.
that. Y'all heard Ty. He said I would have #1. So if
You'll have
anybody else
#1.
gets
You'll have
one
#1.
and I get 2, hey, I'm
You get. Okay, I'll get. Yeah. Wait. I can get number 2. Number 2 is fine for me. That's fine.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, okay. I'm messed up. Okay, yeah, Ty, you can have #1. I'll take
No. I don't care. You get number 1. You get number 1.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
guarantee
that.
it.
We gonna make this
guarantee
happen. Early Q1 2022, we gonna make this happen.
Oh, yo.
Yeah. This is gonna be a year. This is gonna be a year in production.
Ooh. Q1 2023. So looks
Yeah.
like Red Hood has a question for you here. Will Prime One pieces come back for pre-order on Spec Fiction Shop? Sorry if this was already asked.
Yeah, I mean, I hope soon they will. It's a touchy subject, I'll say. I can't really
Okay.
say a lot about it. But I hope, I mean, I'm working to bring them back. I'm working to bring them back because I mean, I love Prime One myself, and I want to be able to offer that to the customers. You know, we'll see.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Luke, what do you mean you would like you want Todd
Oh, an MTV. Oh, the Moon Man. Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
have a Moon Man.
They
Oh,
do.
yeah.
They do. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This yeah, I think this one would be much better though. The Spec Fiction one. No
Oh,
offense.
for sure. 1000%.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look. Someone got me this for the Secret Santa last year.
Oh, nice.
Oh wait, can you see that? How the hell?
There we
What
go.
the heck?
It's
hard to-
opposite.
okay.
It's weird.
Yeah. Which I love. And I'm so we're working on making these to either, I don't know if we're gonna give them away or like sell them for like not that much. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, I like these a lot. These are cool.
I was literally
Not a
about
statue,
to say
but
that, like,
He does have #1, guys.
Yeah.
well, that's not a statue though. I mean, that's just the plaque. But the plaque is cool. I think that's like, if we make the plaque and people like it, I think that'll say, okay, we can make a statue, and I think people will get it. I think we'll see.
Yeah.
I would be willing to help get some out to the community. So if you want to do a giveaway, Todd, just let me know. I can do a giveaway on my channel. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah.
I think people would like that. Because I don't know if you've Astro or Casual or even Todd. I don't know if you guys have seen like the different display nameplates that different collectors have. So I think having that next to I don't know, a bust or whatever that they bought from Spec Fiction, they probably would like to have that in their collection, or maybe their whole collection is from Spec Fiction. I don't know,
Right.
Sure. Yeah. That'd be. I mean, it's crazy to me, but
yeah.
I mean, I like it. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do like it.
The more I think about it, the more I actually like that idea of the Moon Man statue. Like, the more I think about it, the more I like it.
Okay. Well, I mean, hopefully, I really want to try and do it, and maybe like I can do some sort of like poll in like the Spec Fiction group or something, and see if people would want to buy one. I don't know. That's the thing. If they really want to spend money on like a mascot, basically. So we'll see.
So yeah, let me ask you this. So what's in the pipeline for Spec Fiction? What new things are you thinking about? What innovative things are you cooking up? What's next for Spec Fiction? Because you're already doing big things. The site is wonderful in my opinion.
Thank you.
Like I said,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really
have multiple statues. Like my Batman Who Laughs came from me, as a matter of fact.
Oh wow.
Yeah, best. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
It's an insane statue.
Yes, it is.
That statue's insane.
It is.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we just got the distributorship from Figurama, which is, I mean, that was like, I was very happy, that they asked me to do that, and I was like, of course, because I've always liked them. I've always liked them a lot.
Right.
I don't know all the statues they put out, I don't know every single one, but like Attack on Titan, that's like one of my favorite animes
Oh
ever.
my
So I was
gosh,
like, that's an
yes,
amazing,
1000%.
so good. So like, yeah, and they have so many good licenses. So I mean, that's like the next step. I mean, maybe doing more like distribution. I don't really know, but I also am working on something. I'm a statue, like an actual statue. It's not a. There's no license involved. It's like an original design. And that will be shown, I'd say, in December, January.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. So like the prototype is being painted right now. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep you guys posted for sure. But that's so those two things. I mean, ideally, I would just love to, have a company that made statues, not necessarily licensed ones, but obviously
Yeah.
getting a license
Original
would be cool.
concepts and stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like there's not enough of that, like original concept statues, and I think the reason why is because it's a huge gamble, because if there's nothing attached to it, there's no property attached to it or anything like that, it's harder to sell those, and they are expensive. So, but I'd like to try it. I'd like to try to do it, because I mean, I feel like there's a space in the community for that. So
yeah, it definitely is, man. Well, looks like we got greetings from Mexico. So
hey,
appreciate that.
What's up, man? I recognize that name for sure.
Yes, this is really live, and if you have a question for Todd, please ask.
Sure, go for it.
That's great. People are like, is this really live?
Yeah.
So is there any like one statue or anything like that you would want to do, or is there anything you're looking for, since you're saying you're kind of wanting to venture in that one? Oh gosh. What are you drinking, Todd?
I'm drinking a Michelob. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Michelob Ultra.
There you go.
It's a horrible drink. Yeah.
It's a school night, Todd.
Yeah.
It's school night.
Oh yeah, I know her, Veronica. Hey, what's up, Veronica? Yeah, I'm drinking Michelob. I only had one. This is my first one, so I'm feeling fine. I'm not drunk or anything. So, as far as original content goes, I don't know. I mean, I really like cyberpunk aesthetic. I really like space, obviously. I really like, I really liked what Gentle Giant did with Honey Trap. Are you guys familiar with those statues? Like, they came out a few years ago, maybe even like 8 years ago or something. But they did those types of things. There was no license for that. That was like completely original, and it was super awesome. Yeah, I'd like to do stuff like that, I think, but I don't know. We'll see. I just want to work with like good sculptors and just people who are genuinely like into statue collecting and love statues and just love sculpture and, love art, basically. So
yeah, I can understand that. Is there a particular sculptor that you actually like, you kind of hold their work to higher regards based off the pieces that you do get in from like Queen Studios or anywhere else, for example?
A sculptor that I hold in high regard, is that what you asked?
Yeah, like one whose work you kind of notice is maybe separated from the rest of the sculptors. Not saying that their work is bad, but just like, yeah, this guy here is something different.
Yeah. I mean, like Franco obviously
Carlissimo
is amazing. Yeah, Franco Carlissimo, amazing. Eric Sosa's does good stuff. Will Harbottle, amazing. Like, his portraits are amazing. I think those three are very good. I don't know. There's so many. Oh, what's his name? Oh, Gurjeet Singh. I think that's how you.
I know. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he sculpted the Prime One Hush Batman with the bats going.
Yeah,
like the newest one that just came out. Yeah, and he's done a lot of other stuff. He is amazing. There's a lot. I mean, there's a ton of amazing sculptors. But yeah, there's a ton.
I think that's what I like about a lot of our statues too. Is like I just noticed that I had like 3 Daniel Bells right next to each other.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you do.
You start learning more and more about like the art behind it, the sculpt behind it, the ideas behind it, and
Mhm.
just oh crap, like I have more of the same sculptors, more of the same painters everywhere. It's just I love
Yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a cool thing too that's happening in this community that um, sculptors are recognized.
Yeah, they are.
It's like baseball. It's like a baseball team or whatever. Like like the sculptor that sculpted your statue. I mean, it used to just be like, oh, Randy Bowen, he's a sculptor. He's like the best one. But now people actually like Daniel Bell's like he's like a
Top
celebrity.
tier, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
like, and that's,
Right.
and I think that's cool, and I think they are deserving of that, and I think painters also deserve to have that like fandom as well, for sure.
Mhm.
Because they can make or break a piece, and a good painter can
1000%.
really bring a piece alive. So,
Mhm.
yeah, so
Crazy, man. And here's Warren Dante with a
mhm.
Todd. When a new statue comes out, do you have an allocated number of those, or you place orders as they come in from customers in an allotted time?
It depends. It depends on what the company wants to do. Some companies will just come out of the gate and say, this has a edition size of this much. How many do you want? And I have to put an order in before pre-orders go up. I just have to, based on like what we were talking about earlier, like, will this statue sell? And I have to like make an educated guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it depends. Like MTO is made to order. That is not something where I have to like be like super, on
Right.
it.
Like an XM.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But sometimes XM does do set edition sizes out the gate as well. So it depends with every release, honestly.
Do they do that
But
anymore?
sometimes-
The made to order?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the majority is made to order. The majority.
They did that with the Angel one recently. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I thought they were doing edition sizes now.
Well, they do both.
They announce. Yeah, they announce them faster, I would say too. But generally they do made to order. The first, like, basically, like, a pre-order goes up and they'll have like a month, and then however many orders are made in that month, they'll set the edition size for that, right? And maybe they'll add a little more or whatever, to sell extras or whatever.
And then what I also have seen from them is they'll have made to order, but then like with a max PO of 600 or whatever.
Yeah,
So, if they get 600 orders, that's it. They're cutting it off. They're not making more than 600, right?
Right. Exactly. So that's when it's like sold out,
Right.
I mean, some companies sell out of stuff like same day. Like Figurama usually sells out same day. Like,
yes. Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
insane, like, and that tells you right there, the anime statues are insane. Like anime collectors are
Crazy.
They're buying them up.
I've literally restrained myself from getting Figurama statues because I don't want to get into anime statues because it's going to be literally too much. Like I'm trying to limit myself because like you can just if you don't limit yourself, I'll just be collecting whatever the hell, and then like
Right.
my wife
Right.
will leave me. So
I mean, but at the same time, like I don't like to say like I only collect 1/6. I only collect 1/4. I only collect 1/3. I don't like to do that because I don't want to like cut myself off from something that like I love. What if something comes
True.
out that's I don't collect 1/3 scale, and something comes out that's 1/3? It's like literally the perfect statue, your most favorite whatever from your most favorite film or anime or comic book. Then what? Then you're like, oh no, you're gonna like deprive yourself of that. That's kind of like weird to me, in my opinion.
that's a great point.
Yeah.
Todd, what's your highlight of the Prime One Next Level 3 showcase?
That's a great question.
That is a good question. And I didn't even watch it. So
Oh man.
well, I know about the Bat Cave.
We'll
I
clip
know
that
about
out.
the tactical bat man
The
on throne. I
bat
know
throne.
about that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Wasn't there like there was like an anime one?
Oh, Punch Line?
It was Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy, but
Yep, it was
people
the
are
last one.
upset. People are going crazy for that Final Fantasy. Like I've already had a lot of people like be like, "Hey, are you gonna have this?" But
Is that how they
that's
speak
like
to you?
who knows? Yeah, that's their voices. I'm like, who is this? Why do you all come to
Oh man.
yeah, but I would say okay. I would say the Bat Tank was the most impressive.
Oh,
I'll say
yeah.
the Bat
Yeah.
Tank. Yeah, that was dope.
I don't know what scale that
Um,
is, but yeah, it's good to be like having a a Mini Cooper or something in your house. It's huge.
yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous scale like that. They should have that. I mean, I saw people like when they found out the 1/4 scale Batman on Throne was 1/4 scale. Everyone thought it was 1/3,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And then
yeah,
someone's
right,
like, no, it's
right.
1/4. I saw people like, oh man. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh man, 1/3
So what?
scale is in. You know how big that's gonna be? Like you
Right.
wouldn't even. And then it's the same people that be like, oh man, this is $1,000 to ship. Well, it's like, yeah, you wanted a 1/3 scale Batman on Throne. A 1/4 scale is fine. It's gonna be fine.
Right.
Okay,
It
it's gonna
literally
be
is.
giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah,
I mean, I think the Queen Studios Batman on Throne is 1/4, right? And that's huge, right?
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's 1/4 is big. It's big, especially a throne. 1/4
Right.
throne, that's fine. You don't need 1/3. That's just my
No, you
opinion.
don't.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
Is the Black Widow
Um,
snowsuit going up?
Yeah, eventually, but just be patient, please.
Just be patient.
Just
Hey,
be-
Todd,
give
really
the guy
quick
some
question.
time.
Yeah.
How's shipping affected spec fiction? Like, have you guys
Well-
been affected a lot, or
I mean, it's okay. Basically, it's just taking longer and it costs more money. It's not end users like. It's not that much more. It's probably a little bit more, $20 to $50 more, like per box, maybe at the most. But it's not gone up that much for end users, right? For like the people buying the statues. It has gone up, like, okay, so for example, a container, to bring a container here, used to cost, at the best times it was like $4,000 for a full container. A full container holds about, so we'll say like an average 1/4 scale statue. A full 40-foot container would hold 300 to 400 statues.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a
So
lot.
that used to cost 1 year ago. That would cost like $4,000, $4,000 to $6,000, right, depending. Now it's costing around $16,000 to $20,000 for one container, right?
Wow.
So it used to be. So if you kind of divide that, it would be like at the best time it was like costing $10 per box, you could say, right? Per container. Now it's getting closer to like $50 a box, right? So that's if you put it in those terms, it's not crazy, but if you for statues, for big statues like we collect, but for smaller items it is crazy. For an item that costs $50, if your ship cost goes up $50, then that's bad, right? You're losing money. So I mean, there's a lot of things to take into consideration in regards to that. But yeah, I mean, it's costing a lot of money, and it's taking a lot longer. So that in turn, the length of time it takes, it basically deters people from wanting to wait, and they cancel an order. So you do lose money that way, right? So there's a lot of things to take into consideration, and yes, it's costing them a lot of money, basically, and it sucks. It really sucks. But like, there's literally nothing that anyone can do.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just to follow up with it, do you think I want, I guess, like for a company like Sideshow or Prime One, do you think there should be like a statement coming out from them, or from like even your company, like saying like, hey, we're affected by this, please be patient, or like, hey, like your stuff is coming, or
sure. I mean, yeah, I sent an email like a month ago. I sent an email out because I was getting so many questions about everything, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, we have to make a statement. So I just sent an email in regards, and I kind of laid out what was happening, right, and why it was taking so long, and just basically, reassuring people things are coming. It's just taking longer. So please just be patient, right? So that's kind of like what everyone and now. So now it's kind of like mainstream news, right? Before like 2 months ago, it wasn't mainstream. Now it's like on like ABC Channel 4 News, about the shipping crisis, right? So now
Yeah,
everyone knows.
yeah.
So now it's like less. Now everyone is a little more like, oh, okay, I mean that makes sense. Everyone's a little more educated on it, I guess, right? So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure those companies have, or they're gonna make a statement. I'm sure, But yeah, like I said, it's mainstream. It's mainstream news now. Most people know. Most people know what's going on. So. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. No problem at all. No problem at all.
Yeah, man. You would definitely think. I mean, it's kind of like a common sense statement, but sometimes people do need that clarification. So I certainly do get it. So
Yeah.
hey, is there any like favorite? Well, I guess maybe not even doing like preferences, but is there any favorite studio you have in terms of like not doing business with, but their work, as far as like in your personal collection?
Okay. I think like one of the best statue companies right now is Queen Studios in regards to like pushing the envelope. Yeah, because I mean, just what they're doing, they're really advancing like statue collecting, like straight up. Like there's no better way to say it. Like they really are. So I think, and I mean also, okay, like Jame Palswork, I think is how you pronounce it, that anime company. Their anime statues are insane. Like the transparent resin is insane. I think it's just like next level. So they're also pushing the envelope of what you can do in this medium, right? And I think the best companies are the ones that push the boundaries and like keep striving to like do something that's even crazier, right? And those two kind of come to mind. Queen Studios in regards to like real life likeness, and then Jame in regards to like what you can do, with like a 1/6 scale statue that is bigger than like most 1/3 scale statues, because of, you have an anime character and you have his like aura, like whatever spirit like thing in like translucent resin. It just looks insane, right? And it makes it huge.
His key.
Is that what? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So yeah. Those are the kinds of companies that I think we need more of, I guess you could say. There's probably more that I'm just, I'm drawing a blank here. But yeah, those kinds of companies are the ones that, come to mind. So yeah.
Cool. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, I know for myself, when I think of Queen, instantly I think of bust. That's probably the number one thing I think of.
Yeah,
with them.
I mean that's what they kind of started with for sure. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
And has anybody ever has anybody ever purchased one from you? Prime example would be the Thanos bust. I believe it was Endgame. Or Avengers Endgame. Because I know there was a couple of people on YouTube, they were like putting baby powder on the bust because of the silicone. Did anybody ever message you about that? Like, hey, Todd, Johnson & Johnson, or
a million?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, because it was kind of an ordeal. It was kind of like a huge drama, because it was like, oh my God, the skin is purple, like too purple. It's supposed to be lighter purple. And I think because it was so. I think what happened was they were sitting in storage for a little while, because I think that was like around the pandemic, when the pandemic.
It's like when it first started. Yeah.
Yeah. So like shipping kind of came to a halt, I think. And like, so did like factories came to a halt. Everything kind of came to a halt, obviously. So I think they were sitting in their boxes, and like silicone has like a oil, like a natural oil, and it kind of like seeped out and made like the silicone darker. So I think Queen Studios kind of, it was either Queen Studios or Infinity Studios. I don't know exactly what happened, but someone had the idea of putting baby powder, and then that kind of became like widespread knowledge to all the bust owners, and then it worked. It straight up worked. So, and I think you're supposed to actually put baby powder on silicone pieces anyways to kind of preserve them. You know,
Oh, really?
I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the maintenance kind of things.
Mhm.
So on top of us collectors, you know, keeping the handy dandy
Yeah.
brush, we also
There you
have
go,
to get
yeah.
some Johnson and Johnson baby powder.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Get some baby powder too. Well, if you have silicone stuff, not polystone, you're fine. Oh, he's got it too. Wow.
What you got there, Astro?
I
got
keep
it,
it
dude.
on me at all times.
Wow. I just use Swifter. I don't have it around here, but I use Swiffer. But yeah, I use the makeup brushes too, definitely. In the hard to reach.
Yeah, the hard to reach. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, because that's hard to reach. But yeah, gotta have that. Gotta dust them, you know. Gotta do it.
So you were kind of briefly talking to us about your plans there, and I do see the blue tape behind you.
Yeah.
So what do you envision your collection starting or going to?
What do I envision it? What's gonna go there?
Yeah,
Or...
like what will be your dream scenario? Like when you walk into this room, you're like, man, that's perfect.
Oh, I mean, it's probably gonna be in this room. It's probably gonna be a lot of those like busts and things like that. I think. I don't really know, honestly. I don't know until the case is built in here. I won't really know what I want to put in there. I also it's either that or I'll put like a bunch of X-Men statues. So I don't know. It's like one of those.
That's collectors' problems, right? Like it always changes.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you know, I don't know. It's really gonna depend on what it looks like after it's kind of built into that, you know. So
and so Todd, you're going the custom cabinet or custom display option.
Yeah. It is. It's going to be a like it's like the design is done. So like they're building the cabinet and they're going to bring it to my house and like install it, right? And install the shelves and stuff. Yeah.
Got it.
It's just a matter of, you know, it should be hopefully in the next month, I would say it'll be done. But I'll share them with you guys. I'll share the pictures once I put stuff in there. I've lived in this house for 2 years. And I've gone through like 4 different people to try and build this specific kind of case. Yeah, because it's a ridiculous, like my requests are like I need to have like lighted shelving and stuff like that, and no one, you know, it's hard to do. So, but I finally found this guy that will do it, and he's doing it right now, basically. So nice. I'm excited to finally have a good display in this house. Yeah, and right now it's just like
that's a local guy for you.
Yeah, it's just a local guy. I've seen some really cool displays. I think mainly in like Thailand, maybe.
Yeah, those are crazy.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, where, like, I remember, like, I was like, where did you get that? And they're like, oh, this is a local guy in Thailand. I was like, damn. I was like, did I just fly this guy out or what? No, and it seemed amazing. Like, yeah. So I wish there was someone. It's hard to find someone like that here. I'm sure they exist. It's just, you know, again, it's hard to find. So
right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that too, because it's hard to find. It's like people have like 50 different types of shelving, Magic Case. I got this at the Container Store. People get it from IKEA. People get it from like everywhere. So it's just gotta find it.
No, totally. And I mean, I like that. I like those floating shelves. Like, I like that a lot. That's pretty dope.
Man. I got it from the Container Store. So if anybody wants to know,
I mean, that's great. And it's like a corner. You know, that's pretty dope too.
Oh yeah, and I just moved this upstairs. Yeah.
And wait, do you have Magic Case, Astra? Are those Magic Case behind you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And what about you, Cash? Do you have any? Do you have cases or just on top? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I recognize the Magic Case. And Thanos is in there, yeah. That's Thanos.
Yep.
Tight.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't have Modu cases myself. I just have the garage shelf, and then I have
Mhm.
some things on the wall that I got from IKEA. And
Okay.
then,
So you have like wall, like floating shelves and stuff.
kinda, yeah, kinda,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's
No, I mean,
I mean, it works for me, man. It works.
totally.
Hey,
Yeah.
whatever
No, I mean,
works. Yeah.
it whatever. No, totally. Whatever works. Honestly, whatever works.
Yeah,
for
the
you,
garage
really.
shelves like hold up to like hundreds of pounds. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Oh my
I mean,
you're
gosh.
good.
you can put
That's
a million
awesome.
statues on those, and you're fine. There's nothing to worry about at all. So,
Yeah, those garage shelves are hidden gems, man.
They
Mhm,
are.
mhm.
They actually went up because the 36 by 18 ones, when I first got one in like March, it was $79.99. I went a week ago, it was $160 for the same exact size. I'm like, dang,
Really?
man. Yeah, not even lying. Did Home
Wow.
Depot, like, I was just, the price difference
Damn.
was
Wow. That's
crazy. It's
crazy.
basically double.
Damn.
But
Wow, that
you
is
Wow.
know,
crazy. Yeah. See, like that's what's happening. Everything's going up, going way up.
It's
Crazy.
craziness.
so how many
Yeah.
statues would you say you have? Is what we got Ken W asking.
Oh, man, I mean, I probably have 300, probably around 300 statues. Yeah.
Really?
Hold
I mean,
on,
not
like
displayed, obviously.
yourself?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I've collected since 2003. So I mean,
Wow.
I
Okay,
probably,
okay.
Wow, that's-
I mean, yeah, I mean, I keep almost one of everything that I sell. Even not,
Ooh.
I mean, I
Oh,
wouldn't say not almost, but a lot of what I sell, I keep one of. So
that's
um,
awesome.
yeah,
That is what's up, man.
It's a good
yeah,
investment.
Man.
It's just like
Living
gold;
the
it just goes
life.
up.
sure. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, but I mean, and that's part of the reason why I want to like have like a museum gallery,
Yeah.
so I can display like all of my statues, and
Yeah.
just because I mean,
Right.
it doesn't matter what statues you have. I just want to have statues out so people can actually see them, because most of the time when people don't collect statues, but then they like see someone's collection, they're like, wow, that's
Yep.
crazy. That's much crazier than I expected, right?
Right.
It's funny that you say that too, because like when my UPS guy comes in, he's like, what's in this big box? And I just open the door and I show him, and he's like, "Oh, those must be expensive. I'll close the door for you."
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
yeah,
100%.
it's a
Like
whole
they
different
they
world.
can just tell. They can just tell, like, oh my god, like what is that? 100%. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, around there, I'd say around 300, I'd say. So
Dang, that's crazy. And
it's
just
too
to
many
be
statues. I
collecting
mean, I
that
can't even enjoy them.
long. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I started collecting in like 2003, I think, or like statues. I started collecting in 2003.
Hmm.
Lord of the Ring statue is what I got. So that kind of catapulted my statue.
How do you know like what not to get rid of though? Like once you've had something for that 15-20 year mark.
I mean,
I guess what I'm asking, like, do you ever lose interest in that one? You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's been pieces that I've sold and then I've bought them again, so that happens. Sometimes you're just like, I'm going to sell this. I don't need it anymore, right? Or I want to get something different, and then you miss it. You literally miss like a statue, and you're like, damn, I got to get that statue back. So you do, and then maybe you'll spend more money on it or something. But I think you just know. I think you just one day maybe you're just walking by and you're like, I don't want. This is not really like doing it for me anymore, right? So I don't know. Have you guys ever sold any of your statues like to get another statue and then like regretted it?
Oh
yeah,
I don't know about
I did it.
Nah.
I actually bought it back and felt stupid. Like
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was Iron
happens.
Studios, X-Men 1/10,
The diorama.
Cyclops. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Like the whole diorama or just Cyclops?
Oh, just the proximity pieces. It was Cyclops,
yeah.
Wolverine, Beast, and Rogue. I sold all of them. So far, I've only got back Cyclops. But it happened to Magneto as well. And I was just like, God, why did I do that? And I just got them back because I was so unsure if I should do 1/10 or 1/4 with X-Men. But now I know I'm just doing 1/10 only with X-Men. So it's like, collecting problems,
right.
man.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
collecting
exactly.
problems.
But yeah, so you know how it is when you like miss a statue or whatever. Like, you're like,
I
damn,
do
why
know
did I do
how it
that?
is. And
Yeah.
speaking of that, in the after show, I gotta ask you a question after the show, Todd.
Okay. All
Try
right.
to make
a
something
make a mental note. Make a mental note on that.
So Todd, with you seeing so many statues a year, like you see damn near every statue, what would you say is the statue of the year? I know it's only November, but so far, what do you think is the statue of the year to date?
That's come out,
Okay,
right?
statue of
Or
the year.
no, no.
Statue of the year.
Well, I'm just saying
Statue
so
of the
far,
year.
like from what he's seen this year in 2021.
Okay.
Damn, this is hard.
It is hard. That's a tough question.
It's
It
super
really
hard,
is.
man. It's super hard.
Like, what are some that are coming out into your mind right now? Like, which ones are standing out right now?
Okay, did the Thanos and Lady Death come out this year, or was that last year?
I think
I
it's
think it
this
was
year.
last
'Cause
year.
Was it? It may have been because I have Thanos here and I have Lady Death in the other room because she's not. She
Oh,
can't
yeah,
fit in
yeah.
this case. So
I mean,
think,
those are really. I don't know if those are. I don't know actually. I
can't
just
remember.
never mind.
Good ones, though.
I'm changing my mind.
I can't remember.
Man, this is so hard. Okay, you guys go first, and I'm gonna think.
For quarter scale, I picked Bane. This guy, Bane from Sideshow.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was-
Daniel Bell.
Daniel Bell.
Yeah.
Okay,
it
all right.
Stood out to
I
me.
think
So I was like, yeah.
I think a
Yeah,
lot of
Bane.
people would agree. I think a lot of people would agree with you. 100%. Yeah, it's dope. I just got that statue actually.
Oh, nice.
Cool. For
So-
me, I would say Green Goblin from XM Studios. I still say that.
Did that come out this year? Dude, I don't even know what year it is.
It's 2022.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it didn't, but I mean, I got it in 2021, so it counts.
Okay,
right?
so okay, for sure.
It's
All
not
right.
Yeah.
old, so
Yeah. It's not. No, it's pretty recent. Okay, Green Goblin. All right.
I'm trying
Astro,
to
what
think.
do you? Dude, me too. I'm trying to think.
Because I'm trying to think about what
Seriously.
came out this year, and I'm having a hard
Okay,
time remembering.
you know what? Attack on Titan. That diorama is amazing. The
Mhm.
figure.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I saw
amazing.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the
1000%.
Joker Queen Studios. I'd say probably that's like my favorite third scale. The one where he's sitting, you know,
Oh yeah.
the Heath Ledger Joker.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Damn, I'm trying to think of other things. It's
So
hard.
whenever guys
The magic,
Saba,
the XM Magic is really good.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what
I forgot.
I forgot about
okay.
that. I forgot.
Okay,
about
that's a really good
beautiful,
piece. That's a really good piece. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen
anyway,
pictures
go
of
on.
that. That's
good,
a
critical
wonderful
mass.
piece.
Saba said
Yeah.
the 1/10 scale Transformers, the yellow one. What's his name again? The
Grimlock.
Bumblebee.
Oh,
Grimlock,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That thing's nuts. Okay. I've actually never seen it in person, but it looks amazing. It looks super amazing. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's like a contender, definitely, 100%. There's a lot. There's so many.
Batman
It's hard
Statue
to- it's
Collector was saying the Catwoman from Tweeterhead. He was thinking that
Michelle
that'd be up
Pfeiffer.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's. I haven't seen that in person. I'm getting that soon. I think I got a tracking number today from Tweeterhead
nice.
on that.
Cool.
So
Yeah, they said
I
that.
think that- yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'm excited for that piece because it seems like it came out like perfect, you know. So I'm really excited.
Yeah. I saw just like probably about a little bit before the show. I saw an Instagram post where they were saying that that Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman was going to get shipped out tomorrow for people who ordered from Tweeterhead. So, yeah, congrats to everybody who got her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking cool from what I've seen, man. You know, so
Yeah.
I agree. And I mean, there's so many like scales too. So you can kind of be like, what's the best statue in this scale, right? What was that
Yeah.
question? The base or whatever?
The
Like
connection
2 or
with
3,
base.
like January or something, probably something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
What Joker are
Soon.
you talking about?
They're
The
talking
Heath
about the
Ledger?
Joker. I was just talking about the 1/3 scale Joker.
Oh,
the
okay.
sit where he's sitting down, Queen Studios.
Mm,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. Things are coming. It's just taking forever. So
Another question from Red Hood: is there any new shipments that have come in the shop?
no, the latest shipment was like 2 weeks ago, and then we should have something coming. We should have like a container coming next week. Yeah. So
how does that feel for you, Todd? Like when I get one box, I'm like, oh yes, you know. But I can't imagine how it is for you now.
It's stressful. Well, actually, it's usually not stressful. What was stressful was that 6 containers came at one time. Basically, they came like in 1 week. We got like 3 containers, I think. So that was ridiculous. That was just too much. But otherwise it's fun, it's cool. Like it's it's a lot of statues and people are going to be happy. It's like a relief, because like, oh, it got here, awesome, now people can get their statues and be happy, right? So it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling when you get the statues. So
yeah, definitely, because I know I got 10 boxes. I mean, granted, they were all Iron Studios 1/10, but I was like, damn, man, like unboxing all those just it kind of wore me out. I'm not gonna lie. So I can only imagine.
You got 10 at once.
Yeah, luckily I know the UPS guy. So
yeah, I mean that's
awesome.
a lot, dude. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he was training somebody too, and the guy he was training was like,
"This is normal."
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, man. But it's all good,
Yeah, it's our crazy hobby.
One last question, Todd. Do you go to the cons like the New York Comic Con and San Diego Comic Con, and do you bring Spec Fiction with you, like as a shop or what?
So I like, me and my friends had gone to San Diego Comic Con since 2003. We had been going, up to 2019. So that was like a tradition we had, and it was really like sad when we couldn't go like the past 2 years.
Right.
But I've never brought Spec Fiction I've never had like a booth at a con. But I mean, essentially right before the pandemic, I wanted to start having booths at different places. There's one that's local called Designer Con that I really wanted to have a booth at. Obviously then the pandemic happened, so that never happened. But now that now that we're distributing Figurama, we should be able to get a booth maybe easier. I mean, probably not at San Diego Comic Con, but other Comic Cons. And so it'll, like, I don't know exactly how it'll work, but we'll be having a Figurama piece to show, and then and then Spec Fiction will be there, doing whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that'll be happening for sure next year, 100%. And I'm really excited to do that. That's like sounds super fun. So yeah.
And next year will be my first year at San Diego Comic Con. The past 2 years, yeah. The past 2 years I've only gone to New York Comic Con. I've never been to San Diego. And so I'm gonna start going. I'm gonna try to make it from this moving forward. I'm gonna try to go to San Diego and New York every year. I'm gonna try to at least. But I know I'm gonna go to San Diego for sure next year. So I'll be there, and be excited to see what you guys got going on.
Okay, yeah, I will. I mean, I will be there. I don't know if Spec Fiction will be there, but I'll be there. So we can hang out or whatever. But, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Well, San Diego Comic Con is like,
hey, if Todd's there, I'm there.
One of the hardest. Hey, come and we'll hang out. It'll be fun. It's San Diego Comic Con is crazy. It's a really good experience. It's one of my, it's just fun. It's just super fun. But getting a booth there is, I've heard, one of the hardest things. It's one of the hardest things to do, to get a booth there.
Oh, really?
And it's super expensive. Yeah, because like people want to. That's like the biggest comic convention in the world, San Diego. So it's super difficult to get a booth there, and it's super expensive to get a booth. So I mean, I will try. I will try 100%. But more than likely, it'll probably be like, there's like a Comic Con that's like again very close by called WonderCon, which is kind of like a miniature San Diego Comic-Con. And I think getting a booth there is much easier, and I think I'll try to do that. And I'll try to just go around the country probably, and just kind of if there's like a figure on a piece that we can like showcase and stuff, because that'd be fun. That'd be super fun. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Like advice on Comic-Con for San Diego. I lived in San Diego for a while, and like
Oh,
I
no
would
way.
say book. Yeah, I was in Mission Valley for a while, but I
no
would
way,
say
awesome.
book your hotel now if you can.
Yeah,
Really?
I agree with you.
Bad.
Did you go to San Diego Comic-Cons?
So it's funny.
did,
I went to a bunch of them. I think I went to like 5
Okay.
of them, but I wasn't
Okay.
into statues back then.
Right.
I was just into the whole, atmosphere collecting thing
Yeah.
and getting to
Right.
visit all the Hall H and all that stuff. I got in a couple times, and it was more of like, going with friends and everything. But when I lived in Mission Valley, which is probably like 5 miles from downtown, people were paying me for my parking spot at my apartment because they're paying me $100 or something. I was like, that's fine. Like I'll just walk there or take the bus there or something. But it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. I live like an hour and a half from San Diego, so I luckily I didn't have to take like a plane or anything like that. But hotels are insane. Like you were saying, like they just like skyrocket, and they sell out in 2 seconds. So, but
when is that, by the way? In like earlier in the year?
It's usually in July. It's usually in
Okay.
July. They're having like a miniature Comic-Con in 2 weeks. They're having a miniature San Diego Comic-Con in 2 weeks.
On Thanksgiving week, right?
Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, the
yes.
weekend. Yep.
Yes. Mhm. So, but like the main one is normally in July, but they haven't had it. They didn't have it in 2020, and they didn't have it in 2021. And I think actually they're not going to have it until 2023. I think. I might be wrong.
Really? Oh, okay.
I think that I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. But I New York Comic Con I went to in 2019, and that was like one of my favorite conventions I've ever been to, and that like I loved it. So yeah, I mean, I want to go. I'm going to go to the next year's. I didn't go to this year's. Did you go to this year's?
I did.
Myself,
Asher?
no.
Oh
Yeah.
both of you, none of you guys did. Okay.
I went.
Oh, you did go. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't like 2019.
Yeah,
but
I imagine.
like it was cool. Like it wasn't like nothing crazy. Like if you didn't go, like it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what it seemed like, But I wish I could have gone. It still seemed fun
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah, cool. Would you happen to have any XM Omega Reds in stock? Is that what you mean, Elijah?
I think that's what he means. Nah. I'm sorry, I do not.
Ooh.
That's a lot. Yeah, that one's
long gone, right? Yeah.
Dr. Jerry in the house,
came out
man.
a long time ago. Yeah, right, Jerry. You're the celebrity, Jerry.
For guests.
Jerry's the celebrity.
That's
hey,
right.
Jerry's the man, dude. He is the Marvel
Jerry rules,
encyclopedia.
He is, dude.
He's everyone's grandpa.
Hey, Jerry.
I love seeing his comments because he just owns people, dude. Like he owns people with knowledge. He has like so much knowledge. It's crazy. Comic book knowledge.
Jerry, what year did Spider-Man first come in any comic? Just throw it out there. Just throw it out there. What year did Spider-Man come?
He's probably like, this is such an easy one. This is this is too easy. This is too easy.
He just left, so
yeah.
How convenient.
He's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Child's play.
Right.
Yeah,
Next channel.
Friggin' Jerry. Yeah. He tuned out. Yeah.
I had a quick question. You mentioned that you were in the community for like 10 years or, a little bit over 10 years. And this question came up in another.
Sorry.
There you go.
Yo,
he answered.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess that's
too.
okay. Yeah. Amazing fan. That makes sense. Okay. Got it. Anyways.
But so someone was mentioning another thing that we had, like the community has changed from like 5 years ago where people were challenging each other all the time to now where they're helping each other. How has the community changed for you in the last like couple of years compared to what it was 10 years ago?
What do you mean by challenging? Like, what do you mean by challenging people?
Oh
Like
no, what has changed in like the last 10
okay.
years?
I thought you said challenging. Okay, what has changed? I mean, it's just a lot more. It's a lot more, I guess, accessible, and it's a lot more popular. There's a lot more statue collectors. That's what's really changed. And I mean, there's a lot more IPs. Prices have gone up like crazy. But I mean, like for the most part, I mean, the essential core ideas and like the core like community of collecting is still the same, right? It's just there's more people now, and the statues have gotten to a certain level of intricacy that just completely wipes out statues from like 15 years ago for the most part. I mean, there's still some really great statues that are older, right? But I mean, the main thing that's changed, I would say, is that it's just a lot more accessible, and it's a lot more acceptable to like collect statues. I would say too, right? Because MCU is like and DCU, comic books are more mainstream. They're way more acceptable. Like everyone, if you read a comic book, you were a nerd, blah blah blah, right? And now it's just like everyone just likes them, and it's fine. It's accepted. No one's a nerd really or whatever. So that's changed. So that whole kind of that's like a huge shift in popular culture, I would say. It's just more like accepted as like a hobby now than it was, maybe like 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
And now there's like
and that's a good
channels
thing, I would say,
and everything for it too. So
yeah, I mean, of course,
it's awesome.
YouTube channels.
True.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, just like like this is crazy. Like like just being on this is crazy.
Right.
Like, and people are watching it and like they like it. So
Right.
it's like
Right.
I would never expect that to happen ever, right? So
Yeah.
I
I just
think it's
checked.
really
and I'm
cool.
like, we got
I think it's really
45 people live, man.
Yeah, I mean, like that's crazy. That's a
Right.
crazy thing. We're just talking about statues.
See, I'm so weird. I'm so weird in the head when we're talking about statues and the future state of statues. I see statues, and I see statues like, I don't know if you guys are hip to like NFTs and stuff, right? But
Sure, yeah.
So like think about like NFTs and like digital art and things like that. I'm thinking about statues in the sense of like you purchase an NFT, or they only make 50 of this Thanos. Let's just say a Thanos, right? And then you buy it, and you digitally download it, and then it's a hologram, like a 3D hologram of Thanos, right? And it's a sculpture that someone sculpted, but it's a hologram, and it's in your house, and you own it, and you have the number 3 of 50. Like that's how I see sculpting and statue collecting in the future, and I think that's just really cool. But I know we're nowhere near that, like nowhere near something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll exist for sure. I mean, it's already like sort of existing in kind of just a different way than you're describing. Like that's like a more advanced way, I guess. But I mean, especially in this hobby, like having a hologram, it's not the same, like you can't touch it. Like it's not a tangible thing. Like
right.
That is so to me, I don't think this kind of thing is ever going to go away. Like in my opinion. Yeah, it is, dude. Blade Runner is sick. Okay, so but I mean, yeah, I don't know. For me, and I could just be like an old person, like talking about like, oh yeah, I remember when statues were a real thing, but like, but like, I mean, really though, like this art form that we like doesn't that seem weird to you? Like if it was just like an NFT is one thing, having a hologram is another thing. That's one step closer to this, but it seems like it's going backwards, I don't know. That's just my opinion, I guess. So.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, statues have gotten so intricate over the years, man. Just I've only been collecting for a year, and it's just like, yeah, Jerry, man, rock, right, Jerry? Man, it's
exactly, dude, Jerry. Like, yeah, and I like to touch my premium collectibles too. Thank you. Yeah. I like to touch them. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just, I mean, obviously we'll see what happens, but because I mean, that will, having the hologram, as you're saying, would make it more accessible for everyone to have.
True.
So
True.
right.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting point that you bring up for sure. So,
but I mean, Jerry also makes a good point, because part of receiving a statue, like you order something from Spec Fiction, it comes, and hunting down the UPS, making sure it's there, you know what I mean? And when you finally get it,
sure.
you're unboxing it and making sure nothing's broke, and you would lose that joy. It's like Christmas, you know?
Yeah. The statue smell. The new statue
Yeah.
I thought that was just me for the longest.
Yeah. It's like a gasoline. It's like a gasoline smell, you know, like that chemical smell. Yeah. I love it. It is the greatest thing. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. There would be pros and cons to all that stuff, and I think it will exist in some form, but I don't think this will go away.
Nah.
Like for good. I think it'll still exist in some form, right? I don't know. We'll see. You know,
it's almost like music and CDs. Like everyone streams music, but some people still keep vinyl and CDs and things like that.
Like, look, I have a bunch of vinyl right down there. I love, like, music is probably like my first hobby, and yeah, you can kind of see it. See, there's a bunch of records, right? So like music is probably like my main hobby. That's what I've collected vinyl records since, like, you know, the 90s, like late 90s. So that's like my first hobby, and I mean, yeah, it's super like. It's like a pain in the ass sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna stream something,
load it up.
But like doing it's like it's a ritual. It's a ritual. Okay, I'll say it's like a ritual, and it's sort of like soothing, and I enjoy it. So just the way I like looking at my statues, the real deal. It's fun.
Definitely, man. I'll answer this question right here, because I kind of feel like when it comes to this question from Warren, I'm going to say no. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of the ones that you will see out there in the wild, a lot of those sculptors are actually like with licensed companies now. So you got to think about that. You know, a lot of those old pieces from Daniel Bell, for example, you know, that's when he was first starting. So I can't really say yes or no to that one.
Yeah, I mean, you have to start somewhere, right? And I mean, I would say, like, sure, there's sometimes some customs, some statues wouldn't exist if customs didn't exist, right? Like certain characters being made and whatnot. So it's good. It lends itself to that kind of thing, right? I mean, and there are some examples probably of statues like the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer, I love it. You know, I think it's the best one made. And that's not to say that another licensed company won't make a better one, but for me, I love it. Are there problems with it? Yeah, I could point out problems with it that maybe like a licensed company might have not overlooked, right? So there's those types of things. But I mean, like, as a whole, I think licensed is going to be a better quality. I think as a whole. So yeah, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the final questions that I do have for you myself would be this. And I always do a Mount Rushmore question, you know, think of it as basketball, you know, Michael Jordan. We won't say Scottie Pippen if you guys have been watching ESPN. So we'll say Michael Jordan.
I haven't. So please say something. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, we'll switch to NFL or baseball. Okay. You know, Babe Ruth, Woolly Mammoth, you know, whoever, man.
Braves, go Braves.
Yeah, shout out to Braves. What are your Mount Rushmore of statues, no matter the scale, no matter the sculptor, no matter the character, whether you have owned it or you've just sold it or whatever? What are your top 4? And do you have a 5th honorable mention? Any statue.
Top 4 statues?
Top 4 statues.
Are you saying top 4 statues that I want to see in place of Mount Rushmore?
Yep. Your Mount Rushmore to replace the president.
So their faces are on Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Not the president.
Not the president.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. I will say, wow, dude, these questions, these are tough. Okay. I mean, I would like to see Nightcrawler's face right there. Oh yeah. I mean, like, okay, like the in the comic strip, you know, in the comic books, like the old ones, where you'd have like the faces of the X-Men or
Yep.
the
Oh,
Avengers.
Yep.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just those faces. Storm. We'll do Storm, Nightcrawler, Mohawk Storm, by the way. Mohawk Storm.
Mohawk
Not-
Storm. Okay.
Yeah, Mohawk Storm, Punk Storm, Nightcrawler. Maybe no, not Iceman. He doesn't really. That wouldn't look good.
No Bobby
Um,
Drake.
I mean, in Mount Rushmore, he would just look like, you know,
Yeah.
face. He would look dumb. Like, who is that guy?
they didn't
Um,
finish that guy.
Yeah, they didn't finish it. They just quit. I guess Cyclops would be cool,
Oh yeah.
and Wolverine. There you go. Those are my 4, and then a 5th extra bonus. Let's just say
Beast.
Mojo. Mojo. I'm doing all X-Men today. Mojo.
Mojo.
Yeah, that weird guy.
Oh, in the
weird,
chair. The like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he has a
okay.
weird face, you know, and I want to see like weird big faces.
That would be weird
On
driving
Mount
by
Rushmore.
that.
It would exactly. That's why if you drove by Mojo, you'd be like, "Ew, that's disgusting," right? And I think that would be cool. On the mountain,
Iron Studios just did a 1/10 scale of him, didn't they?
they did.
They did.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's super dope.
You gonna add that to your
So-
collection side?
Oh yeah. All the 1/10 X-Men.
Nice.
100%.
Nice.
Yeah. They're amazing,
Cool, man.
Yeah. Do you guys have a Mount Rushmore, or do you guys already do this before?
Casual's done it. We'll let Astro go. You go ahead, Astro. Do you have any
On the
any
spot.
current? No, sure.
Are we're talking characters, right?
Any character or statue?
Sure.
So I'll go. I think I've already given you guys 2. So I'll go Thanos, Darkseid.
Wow, Thanos and Darkseid. That would be controversial.
It will.
You know what I mean?
It will for sure.
Anyway,
They
sorry,
would
go
fight each other. Yeah.
Yeah, on the mountain. All right.
So let's see. I would go Thanos, Darkseid. I would go Goku. And I would also do let's see, Green Lantern. I just like Green Lantern.
Wow.
So let's do it.
Okay.
It's
wow.
so
that
random.
is-
So random.
That is an amalgam.
So-
Yeah. Wow. I like that. All right. Cool.
I had no time to think about that. That's off the topic. That's probably
Yeah.
so bad, but who cares? Like, whatever.
No.
Hey, it's your list, man. So Casual,
Yeah, good
has
job.
yours changed in the last 4 weeks?
I was about to say, I think everyone, like Todd was saying, it's X-Men today. I think everyone's changes like every day.
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah. I can't even remember mine because like I keep imagining new Mount Rushmore, just like someone just chiseling it down, being mad. Why does Steve change his mind all the time? Yeah. But I would say Joker, Thanos, Cyclops would be really cool. And then I would definitely add this Green Lantern guy. But
Okay. John Stewart, Green Lantern.
yeah, that John Stewart like portrait is awesome. For me, it's awesome. I love that.
It is.
That
Yeah.
portrait.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, for me, if I'm just doing X-Men, definitely got to do Magneto. That's my favorite one of all.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
And so Magneto, Gambit, Nightcrawler, Havoc.
Oh,
that's good.
okay. All right.
Havoc. Okay.
Yeah, Havoc.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
We
That'd
should
be a
do
good face.
Magneto with the helmet or with the white hair, like all over the place.
I think on the mountain I would do helmet. That's just me. Sorry.
Yeah, you kind of got to go helmet. Just it's like
Yeah.
his definitive look. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I would there could be a swap out Mount Rushmore.
Oh man,
Swap out.
sculptors would hate us.
Switch out.
they have
Switch
to
out
bring
portrait.
they have to bring in like exactly, and then also the LED. They could have LED eyes, you know, in some of them, like Cyclops have LED.
Little
They're
optic
gonna
glass.
cost like $1 billion.
Right.
There's like
But-
huge peg. Like you can't put it all the way down. You're like,
So Casual, it makes sense why you want Bruce Wayne's money now. You want your own Mount
I know.
Rushmore.
It's perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Man, That's crazy. Well, hey Todd, man, it's been real, man. I appreciate you coming on for episode 5. I can't thank you enough.
Anytime, man. I had a blast. I had a great time.
Yeah, man. It's
Thanks for
been
inviting
great.
me.
Like I said, I was like, man, I don't even know if Todd's gonna agree to this because like it's crazy because like I'll be I got this thing right with Todd, man, right? So it's something about it, and I'll share this really quick. It's something about it. I want a Spec Fiction shirt so bad, right? And I'm like, hey man, I see those new Spec Fiction shirts, and I'm like, man, Todd's probably annoyed at me. I'm like, he ain't never gonna say yes to coming on with me, but hey, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, ever since our first encounter, man, you've been nothing but great, real hospitable and stuff. So I appreciate it, man. And like I said, Spec Fiction's website is killer. Hey man, you the man. So I appreciate it. Astro, Casual. I appreciate you guys being my co-host tonight as well. So shout out to you guys as well.
Nice meeting you, Todd, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, nice meeting both of you guys. It's been a blast. Thanks again. Thank you.
Likewise.
Cheers.
Hey guys, and I will say this to the people in the chat out there. Astro as well as Casual, their YouTube channels will be in the link in the description. Also, we'll leave the website for Todd with Spec Fiction. You guys see it on the screen there. So go ahead for any of your statue needs, whether it's pre-order or already out. I'm pretty sure you can check it out and see what they have for you. And it's been real. Episode 5, cashing out. Jumbo, baby.
Put some cash in your life. Put some cash in your life. If your cash ain't right, if your cash ain't right, put some cash in your life. Put some cash in your life.